Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys don't know who I am spiritual coach, life coach Coco, someone that just wants to help you in this thing called life. How are you guys doing today? I took a while off from posting videos because my videos weren't loading. Like for some reason this week, the whole world is like, you need to get more storage for your phone. I had no issues with storage, didn't have like any videos or anything on my phone. So that was kind of like annoying, but I'm back and I'm here to give you guys more messages. Give me 1 second. Sorry if you saw my rolls. Oh, it's in the car. Okay. Let's see what we can get. Okay, I was in desperate need of some chapstick. But how are you guys doing? We just had a lunar eclipse. I can't even tell you guys what the last video was on unless I go back to look at it. But we just had a lunar eclipse last Monday. How are you guys feeling? I literally had my period. So you know I'm not a force to be reckoned with. But yeah, I just want to get into the video, give you guys like the energy that I'm feeling and what spirit has been telling me. I'll pull this up so you can see that I have a shirt on. And the energy that I'm really getting is around like friendship, you guys. I'm really getting that some of you are not really in alignment with your friendships, that where you see your friendships in the future, like what you aspire your friendships to be. It doesn't really seem like a lot of you are actually living that out with your friends, and you're feeling like that you need new friends, or you need to have a conversation with your friends as far as maybe like what they're going through on a mental level. I do want to point out that I'm like, sorry I always like repeat myself, but as I'm talking, a lot of the time the messages are just coming in, and I just want to let you guys know that it's completely okay to have conversations with your friends. It's not okay to have pent up like emotions or resentment towards them because you feel like they did something wrong, or maybe they talked to you wrong, or they did something that was just out of character. And how you approach them is everything. Like, this is your friends. These are people who care about you. These are people who they want to see you do good in life. And if they don't, they kind of show it with how they talk to you or how they expect you to show up in certain situations. So I'm going to give you guys some information. My ear is really hot, by the way. I'm going to talk about a situation specifically that you have with a friend that you feel like you guys might not be in alignment with, but this is going to be generally about all the people that you consider friends in your life, whether you guys are best friends or not. There's a specific situation that's happening that you are not like privy to. You guys know I love using that word, but there's a situation that you are not aware of how they feel about you. So I'm going to ask what the situation is, how you feel about the situation, what your friend feels about it, and what they're saying behind your back. Sorry to be so messy, but let's go. Let's do our prayer. Let me cut my deck really quick. Okay, let's do some inhales on 3. 1, 2, 3, inhale. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, inhale. And exhale. Last inhale. Heavenly Father, ancestors, spirit guides, protective angels, higher self, lower self, and Mother God, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the abundant sustenance and prosperity you give on an everyday basis. Thank you again for connecting me with the collective and letting me relay this message that you have in store. I appreciate everything you do. Today I'm going to be doing a reading pertaining to their friends around them and close relationships. If you could give me the most clear messages and Don't hold back with the messages at all of what this person's feeling. Don't try to sugarcoat it. Just let the messages flow through me as easily as possible. I appreciate everything you do. And if you are not called on this reading, you are not welcome. Amen. So immediately I was kind of getting like a couple of friendships that you guys had. So if you had someone in your mind right now, hopefully I'm not recording on cinematic mode because that's what was my issue last time. But if you were someone like, if when I was saying this reading in the beginning, in the first couple minutes, you had someone pop into your mind, this is about that person. If you had 3 people pop into your mind, this is about those people. Now, tarot is its own interpretation of what people feel and what they see, and you know, it's what you really can't see, but sometimes it's the things that you can see. So it's an interpretation of like feelings and emotions and happenings all happening at the same time. So take what resonate, don't take what doesn't resonate. Okay, so if I say that, oh, she thinks you're a bitch, but you're like, oh, I never got those vibes from her at all, don't think that. Okay. So what I got into was like 4-leaf clover. A lot of you guys look at your friend like you guys were destined to be friends. It could have just been a very serendipitous moment where you met each other and you're like, oh my God, like, you know, I think we could be friends. This girl is cool. I want to, you know, get to know her, be friends with her. What else can I say? Let's pull some cards. Spirit, what is the collective feeling? Well, what is the situation around the collective and their friends right now? Ow. Ow. I'm getting a really sharp pain in my back. This person might have backstabbed you, whether this is in the past or this is current. This person might have, like, you might feel like this person feels that you backstabbed them. Okay? What does the person feel like the collective? Why did they backstab them? Why did they feel like the collective backstabbed them? Yeah, I was getting a really sharp pain in my back. So like this person feels like you stabbed them in the back and kind of like did something dirty. What is the situation, Spirit? Why does this person feel like the collective stabbed them in the back? With a message that was sent. So maybe you guys, you know, something very specific around a message that like they didn't send, or a message that was supposed to be sent, or a message that was not supposed to be sent. I'm really getting that this person though, they're dwelling on a text message or something that's happened more in like the technological world, like something have to do with like text message, social media, something along those lines. How does the collective feel about their friend? How do you guys feel about your friend right now? I'm getting that some of you feel like your friend doesn't have a lot of friends. So you would think that they would be a good friend to you because they don't talk about other friendships. And when they do, it's almost like they talk about them and it's almost, okay, this is what I'm getting. When this person talks about other friends, it's like they are talking about them in a very positive light, right? And when you feel like when they talk about you or when they're around you, they just kind of seem not as enthusiastic about you guys' friendship while you're together. This friend is feeling like an opportunist. What does the collective, you feel like you really don't know a lot about this person. You feel like this person kind of like doesn't really add a lot of value to your life, but like you're not friends with them because they're supposed to add a bunch of value to your life. You're friends with them because you like them and you guys might see certain like lifestyles. You guys might like to have the same lifestyle. You guys also might like to just, you know, have friends around and like someone there while you experience something new. I'm getting with this person, it feels like you're always walking in the dark with them because their emotions are always like, they're never the same. Like this person what you can say about them is consistent, is that they kind of feel bothered all the time or irritated all the time. And that's like the only emotion that you get from them that's consistent. It doesn't really seem like this person's happy-go-lucky. So when you're around them and they start talking about other people or other friends, you're hoping that they talk about you in a positive light like that as well. So that's how you're feeling about your friend right now. What does your friend feel about you? Obviously, they feel like you backstab them. So what does the collective's so-called friend feel about them? Okay. They feel like you're someone who adds abundance to their life. They see you as someone who tries to be equally reciprocal. They see you as also organized and very skillful. What else am I getting? Because also, why do they feel like you stab them in the back? Why does the collective, what else does this person feel about the collective? It's almost like they feel like they're helping you out all the time. Like they are the ones that, they're the one that kind of gives you like the opportunities in life, or, you know, it's almost like because it's like, you see how like they're older, it's almost like because this other person's older, possibly they feel like they're constantly giving to you, but they also feel like they have enough to give. So this person kind of feels like they share enough with you. Like from their world, maybe you're somebody that has a lot and you constantly give, or you're very selective with who you give to. This person, what they have, they try to give what they have, and they feel like maybe sometimes you're not always giving of what you have, or maybe you don't have a lot, and they kind of look at you like you are someone almost like the help, but not really the help, but they don't mind helping you if they have it. But I'm getting that they don't have a lot, so they're trying to portray that they have a lot and they really don't. But when they come around you, they try to portray like they have a lot, or they have enough, or, you know, they don't have any bother. Like an example of this would be like if you guys went out shopping, this person would just like go out and be like, oh no, that's not good enough for me. No, I only shop like high value, high fashion. Or if you go out to a restaurant, like, oh, don't worry about the bill, I got it. But then in reality, they're actually struggling. So at home, they might be eating like, you know, rice and chicken at home, but when they go outside, they try to exuberate this rich, like filthy rich, like energy, or, you know, like coming outside like this is just like normal for them. They have, and I kind of see, I kind of see that they kind of feel that way about you as well. Like they think that you're putting on a front of how much you have and like what you can actually pay for. So this person is judging you. Let's see, because I asked like, you know, what their perspective is of you, what your perspective is of them, how you feel about them, and how they feel about you. Let's see what this person feel like. Why does this person feel like you backstab them? Because I'm really getting this energy, like that sharp pain in my back, that should not have been that sharp a pain in my back, but it was very sharp. And I was like, oh my God, like what could that be? Is it an organ? Like, no, but this person feels like you backstab them. What is this? Because I'm guessing it hasn't came out yet. So what does this other person, why is this other person judging the collective this hard? Okay. I'm getting that you guys, I'm just going to be honest. This person feels like you work a lot, and I don't want to say that, but this person feels like you work a lot and you don't have a lot to show for it. But then this, on the other hand, this person sees that the opportunities that you get, and they feel like they're not working hard enough. So this person has kind of like a love-hate relationship with how you work, which is weird. This person also feels like with that 10 of Wands, they might have a lot of like emotional burdens that they carry. And I'm also getting too, it's almost just like they ask themselves why you're friends with them, but then they also try to put on this front like they like being friends with you. And it's like this person has this wound of friendships and people being around them. It's almost like a wounded dog where it doesn't really matter like how much love you try to give them in the beginning. They just think that you're going to be all like the same, and you know, you're not helpful. So like I get that this person's more opportunistic and they try to like be friends with you, but then at some point, because they're not used to having like close friendships, they just keep going back and forth. Like they want to be a friend with you, but then they want to use you as an opportunity, you know? And I'm also getting that this person, it's like when they want to enjoy something, they just want company. And it is hurtful for me to say this, but a lot of what this person's personality is like, they just want company. So they will ask you to do something just so they're not alone, not because they really like enjoy your company. They just don't want to kind of like do it alone. And I feel sometimes I'm like that too, but I try to invite people that I would actually enjoy their presence while they're there, because if I don't like the event, then I can just enjoy my friend. But if I do like the event, then me and my friend are at an event that we both like and enjoy. So I'm getting that this person keeps going back and forth as far as like they don't know how to judge you yet, and it's because they are judging you. They don't really see you as somebody that could be in their life for a long time. Like I said, this person could be very opportunistic when it comes to like if they want to go to the park, they'll be like, hey, do you want to go to the park, instead of just going by themselves. So sometimes you give this person extra motivation that they don't really understand why they like being around you so much, or why they feel so safe and comforted in your energy. But it's because that's just who you are. You're someone that cares about people. You give what you can give. I'm getting that this person feels like that you should give them more, but they don't understand that you're someone that you have endless gifts. But the advice that it's like how you try to help this person, it's like this person would rather have material stuff from you rather than like advice. Okay, so it's you telling them like, oh, you look pretty today, or you know, oh, I really like your hair. They like that, but they would rather have something that's tangible, like 3D form, like, you know, a material from you for you to show. So this person's probably materialistic. But I'm getting that you guys can be materialistic too, but you just don't try to put it in their face like that. And I think that, like I said, this person's going through this transformation where they're not recognizing who they are. They could also feel like they're not at the pinnacle in their life where they feel successful, or they feel like, you know, a lot of their successes in the past have just came from being like timid of doing something. So when you guys came together, you kind of encouraged them and motivated them to do things that before they weren't doing. And so instead of them looking at that as like a blessing in itself, they're still thinking that you are going to be somebody that's going to come in, and I'm like, Spirit's telling me right on the nose. You're this person that's going to come in and like kind of reciprocate what they're giving to them. So if they give you an opportunity, they expect an opportunity from you. And they're also struggling with how they see themselves. And so I would just kind of say, stay away from this friend until you can really feel like, until you really can understand like how they feel on certain things. Because I'm getting like a wounded dog, like an old wounded dog too, that maybe has like a broken hip, and it doesn't want to be touched, but it still wants to be pet. And that you need a very specific owner for that type of pet. And yeah, I'm just getting that this person doesn't have like a lot of genuine love in their life. So when you come around, they really judge you on like if you're being fake or not. But my thing is, this person has been judging you for years, and you still haven't showed up different, and they're still judging you. So that's how you know it's a problem that they're dealing with that is more internal than you showing up and thinking that you should show up any different way. Because the only thing that they can really say about you is sometimes there's a lack of communication. But I'm getting that this person doesn't have strong communication skills either. So it's like they're judging you and you're trying not to judge them, but I think that you should judge them. I think that this person should know you well enough to know that you wouldn't try to undercut them, talk bad on them, try to set them up. And they just really have like this strong inkling feeling that you're going to do something like that. And that's why you guys get into small arguments, is because they're expecting that one moment of miscommunication to be like, see, I knew it. I knew that she was, or I know that he was, wasn't this love and light person this whole time. So I'm getting that this person's wounded to the core, and you might just need to take a break from communicating with them until they can figure out their confidence in areas where they are in rooms and around people who respect them and the being of who they are. But they have to give themselves more grace on that, because they're trying to force their erratic energy inside of them. They're trying to force it on something that's outside of themselves. They're like, see, people don't listen to me. This is why I have to act like this, or I have to be this type of way because, and it's just like, no, you choose to be this type of way because you don't trust people and you don't trust the connections in your life. And I'm getting that this person believes like in God and a higher power, but they don't dedicate themselves to it. Like, it's almost like calling on God when you need God, but not, talking to God just regularly and telling them how much you love them, just like on regular days. It's kind of like, you just woke up, hey God, I love you, here's what's going on in my day today, I hope, and just kind of like talking to like that higher version of yourself. This person doesn't do that a lot. And so when they do call on God, or when they do, need certain things in their life, it's almost like they're banking on a whim, they're hoping that it happens. So that's the problem that they have with you. They feel this way because they have not done the inner work to really start appreciating who they are as a person and start appreciating the changes of who they are. I'm getting that this person also feels like they are younger than they are. I'm also getting, for another group of you, you guys have friends that are watching you from the old friends who are watching you from the outside, and they're watching how you are evolving, and they don't want to ask how you're evolving. They don't want to try to money check you or job check you. They're just looking, they're trying to find a peephole through your life so they can really see how you're living, because you're not someone that posts how you feel online. You don't tell people the hardships that you're going through. You don't talk to them and complain to them about anything. So they're really trying to gauge to see how successful you are in life. And that's why you're not getting the genuine connection that you're looking for. Okay, so I hope you guys find this message well. Let me actually pull a couple cards to get your advice. Spirit, can I have some advice on this situation for the collective? Thank you. I'm gonna do 3. I'm getting that some of you guys are in a spiritual contract with this person. Like your friend, you guys are in a spiritual contract together, because I did get the Hierophant. So this is the advice that I have. It should go this way. Oh my God. So the advice that I have for you is, okay. One of you in this connection feels disconnected from their purpose in life. The other person feels like they're living in their purpose. Sometimes when you're not moving in the same direction, and I said this in another video, you guys are still moving apart, but there's some type of connection that's still there, right? And so if this is the directions that you guys are moving, first it was like this. Oh my gosh, my fingers are literally like that way. First it was like this, and then you guys just start moving further apart. There's like an invisible string that kind of like holds you together, but the further you get apart, the thinner that string becomes. And because like this person is so self-consumed, I'm getting that this person's like conceited. Like they hang around other people where they have to like They have to be like, oh, I'm this good and this is what I do. So they have to showboat a lot of the time in the areas that they're in. And a part of them feels like they're not living in their purpose. They want to have like more connection with people and go out more and do more things. But because they hang out with a specific type of people, they have to be that showboaty person, and they have to be like, oh, I do this and this is what I do. It's like they can't really be themselves. But you guys, what I'm getting is themselves is like, I'm getting like a sad bear on the inside. It's really like this huge black bear that's just kind of like sitting there and sitting sad. They feel fierce. They're a fierce person, but they don't know how to like unleash that without being too mean. And it's because they don't have enough grace for themselves, and they don't give other people grace, and they're very judgmental. So when you're a judgmental person, most of the time that judgment comes back onto you because you're probably also judging yourself to, you know, that magnitude. So my advice to you is know that this person is struggling with something mentally. Maybe keep your distance for a little bit, but give it to the universe. Don't try to problem solve it. Don't try to fix this relationship. Don't try to overextend yourself, because this person, I was telling you before, is very materialistic, and they appreciate materials more than people giving them advice. They actually think they know everything, and that's their problem, and that's why they don't have a lot of friendships. So shit, that could be me too. I feel like I have a lot of people though I could call and hang out with if I wanted though. So maybe not. Maybe it's, you know, the same for you guys. But I love you. I hope you love messages like this. If you do like messages like this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like a personal reading, go ahead and click my Instagram below and just DM me. We can set something up. I don't have every day off, but I'm not working every day. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. And yeah, have a good day. Bye.